We come on the sloop John B, my grandfather and me. Around Nassau town we did roll.
I'm Andrew St Pierre White, explorer, overlander and broadcaster with over 40 years driving 4x4s. Welcome to 4X Overland. Welcome then to Seattle's hourly fish throwing and shouting competition. Gwyn and I, we're continuing our trip in the United States. A couple of weeks ago we were in Hawaii, catch that episode. Then we spent some time in Florida, catch that episode. And now we're in the Pacific Northwest.
iSellPictures.com.
We begin by visiting the most well-known street markets in Seattle.
Where are you from?
One of the things for a foreigner visiting the US
Australia.
Ah, yes.
is that by our accents we are recognized as foreign. And when you reply with Australia, they look at you with such incredulity as if you had come all the way from Mars, which is only a little bit further than Australia.
Oh, it smells divine. I can't play singing bowls, but they still... Each bowl's got a different pitch.
So Jeremy and I are now off to do some street photography while Gwyn, with her iPhone, gets some Instagram posts.
I'm looking at some oysters here. I call them snot in shells. Andrew loves them. You just can't account for taste, really. There's a hot, scrummy apple cider with it's spiced with allspice and orange peel and cinnamon, and it's just to die for, doll.
To die for. I mean, it's nice. To die for, no. Time then for lunch. And one of the best meals in the world. What do you think?
It's so exciting.
It is, eh?
We're not boaters, so boating people, messing about with boats. We don't really do it very much, so it's so cool.
And the fastest way to get there is to cross Lake Washington.
And the surroundings, I mean, just so stunning.
Pretty amazing.
We go out for a beer, it's so clear when you're here, but we never get near enough. We drink and we dance, you don't give it a chance, is it really romance you feel? When you're around, we both try to pretend you're just a guy, and I am just your friend. What if all of my love is yours? What if you were the one I chose? Would you throw me like dirty clothes, or would we last forever?
You know what's coming up? Dukes.
Right, time for the test.
The test, of course, is whether I was right when I told Gwyn that clam chowder at Duke's is the best meal in the universe. This here is the best reason for coming to Seattle. Actually, it's the best reason for coming to the United States of America. It's the best reason for visiting planet Earth, if any of you are outside planet Earth and you watch this video. It is clam chowder from Duke's.
Yeah, baby. Oh, that's good food.
It's my favorite.
I said it was the best tasting meal. I didn't say it was the most filling.
You just a little bit bigger, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, now we can have a proper.
Of course, Seattle is located quite close to the Canadian border. And we've never been to Canada.
We're in Port Angelito. I just to get the right name.
Port Angeles. There's the ferry. We're now leaving US soil, and we will be in Canada quite soon. I'm going to annoy all you Canadians by calling it Canada. Hope you don't mind.
So painful. Now you see what I have to put up with every single day.
That's not every day. It's just on the days we go to Canada. Which means 2 ferries. One onto Vancouver Island and the small city of Victoria, followed by the much bigger city of Vancouver itself. Look out there.
Yeah.
There's Canada. There it is there in the distance there.
Oh, you know, somebody might just hit you. And it could just be me.
The ferry ride leaves Port Angeles and docks in Victoria.
This is a nice first coming to Canada. And by ship. It's a really nice way to enter a new country for the first time. It has a certain romance.
So we're on Canadian soil for the first time.
Exciting. See, got my passport.
And when we arrive, it'll be just in time for a late breakfast.
And coffee guy, what do you
I'm
want?
going to have the Jeremy.
His name is
My
Jeremy.
name's Jeremy.
Oh, my stepson was Jeremiah. So yeah.
I have to
Jeremiah?
No, it's just Jeremy.
Chocolate or custard sauce?
Oh, my Jessica.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Inside of Jessica.
I think oh, shivered. Can I do half chocolate, half custard?
Well, now you're being high maintenance. Okay.
No, I'm only kidding.
I'm having an Adam.
Adam.
Yeah, because my name isn't Adam. But
I would go for Adam too then. Are you having it with caramel or chocolate sauce?
chocolate.
And how about those eggs?
Sunny side up.
You are an angel, and you put up with us, which makes you even more
Thank you.
special.
Thanks so much.
How often have you ever had the question, would you like chocolate or caramel or custard, and then eggs follows that?
Yeah, I know. It's just unheard of.
Where does it go? Did you look and see what an atom needs chocolate for?
No.
Yeah.
Who cares at this point?
I was just so flummoxed by the menu that I thought, order anything because you have exactly the same chance of it being nice or horrible.
Absolutely.
And then she asked if I wanted caramel or chocolate. Really? Does it matter?
And she would have been happy to give me half custard, half chocolate.
Yes, I know she was.
Look at their sides. You can get a side of hollandaise sauce. You can also get a side of salted caramel and cocoa hazelnut custard on the side, just in case if you didn't have enough. You can also get potatoes and egg on the side, just in case.
Oh, I forgot to order your pizza.
Well, that looks
Is
amazing.
it's eye-watering.
As world-class Instagrammers and YouTubers, we are going to take pictures of our food.
I can feel my arteries slamming shut. That's called a Jeremy on the menu. This is called a Jessica. And this is an Adam.
Okay, there's some syrup, there's some hot sauce, napkins.
And I have a feeling that we won't be needing to eat anything else for the rest of the day.
So I don't know what to do with this. Where do I start?
I'm starting with the protein. I figure that's always the best place to start.
It's weird when you combine everything you like in one meal. When you have bacon, with an omelet and a burger and a BLT and hollandaise sauce and Texas toast, all in the same thing. It's like a sandwich. Every bite you get something you like.
I'm thinking that Canadians need to grow up.
Why? When they've got the best of both worlds. Pudding and breakfast in the same plate.
It saves time.
It comes back to that washing up thing again.
It's very efficient, saves washing up.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Well, I've done the sensible part of my breakfast. I've eaten the bacon and the eggs. I'm not touching the chips. That's just death on a plate. But I am treating myself to some of this pancake. It's also death on a plate, but I can justify it in that I would never, ever do this at any other time in my life.
I like Canada even more now than I did 3 minutes ago. I know what you're thinking. We spent all our time eating. That's just not true. We also did shopping.
So we went to Florida to see if we could find any kind of connection with the Okavango, and you saw what the results of those were. We're now in Canada, and who would think that we would find the painted reed frog in a little artsy store. The Sticky Wicket in Victoria.
And I noticed on the walls lots of pictures of cricketers, and on the television, ice hockey. Proof that we're in Canada. This is the main highway to Vancouver from Vancouver Island. And as you can see, the highway stops here, and there are these huge car ferries that go every, I think, is it 3 hours? Is it 2 hours? Something like that. And they each one contains hundreds of cars, and they just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the bill was just over 100 Canadian dollars. So we've got an hour to kill. We got here early, just in case, but it's actually been working out very well.
Canada, you know, maple smoked salmon, maple leaves, the whole thing. But the Australians have conquered. I love it. Just love it.
This wedge is the world's only cuddly pineapple. Calm down. Calm down. I'm trying to pay you a compliment. Taste.
There's a whole shop selling umbrellas. The Umbrellatorium and Canary must run a lot.
So, me camera shops, you this kind of shop.
Afraid so.
There's never mind, you can't look.
Can't or I shouldn't?
You shouldn't.
Yeah, no, let's just keep moving.
Don't look.
6,500. This is sugar for people who have left their reading glasses in the car. Check it out. Grab a chest.
So, the ultimate off-roading, overlanding channel. We're in the home decor store. It's all Jeremy's fault.
Yeah, it is my fault. I'm trying to inspire ideas for the kind of chairs we would take with us on travel.
We thought we'd take this boat.
Yeah.
instead of Jeremy's big fancy boat that we're going to be traveling on.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Many fans of the show will be asking the question, you got to Canada, why didn't you take a proper trip into the wilderness? There's plenty of it. The reason is simple, but also a bit complicated.
So the obvious answer, you would think, is to say, well, why don't you just rent a vehicle? You know, rent a camper. Millions of people do it. And that really is the problem, because millions of people do it, and those millions of people are all at the public campsites and the places that we would go to as tourists, because without local knowledge, where else do you go? You go to where the millions are at. And it's extremely difficult to film when you're surrounded by other people. I'm sure you can, and there's an art in that, but that's not what we do. We're an overlanding, wild places, far from the beaten track kind of team. So if we could find a vehicle in Canada and some amazing local knowledge to take us to some incredible places, we'll be here.